What's up everyone? Welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I'm Adriene and this is Benji, and today we have an awesome Ahimsa Yoga practice for you. So this is slow, steady, kind, and it's going to help you tend to the inner ecosystem so that you can serve the outer ecosystem with ease and with joy. Hop into something comfy and let's get started. All right, everyone, welcome. Let's begin seated in a nice cross-legged position. I have busted out a blanket today. You might pause the video and grab a blankie or a towel or something to sit on. You can sit on it like I am here, or you can use it to fold or roll up to lift the hips so that this seated position feels more comfortable. So come into a nice, comfortable seat of your choice. There's no rush. The hard part is over. You've pressed play, you've arrived here. So once you get settled in, know that the hard part is over, and especially for today's Ahimsa practice, we have an opportunity to, I know it sounds cliche, but just be, to observe, to notice, and the real candy is just allowing yourself to simply be. Trust that whatever knowledge or seeds or anything that you're meant to pick up or get out of this practice, whether it's through stretching or through breathing or through an aha moment in the mind and body, just trust that it'll come by simply being present. So as you're ready, we'll sit up nice and tall. And the reason I start with that is there's a tendency to try to do our yoga. We gotta do our yoga, okay? I gotta do my yoga. It's on the calendar today. New Yoga with Adriene video. We gotta do our yoga. And that's awesome because that's what brings us here to this moment. But now that we're here, let's see if we can kind of drop the doing and focus more on just being in the moment. Again, we've heard it a million times, but that's why we return to the mat for the reminder. If you haven't already, sit up nice and tall. See if you can create more space and more length, or the feeling of more space and more length up and down through the spinal column. You might notice as you take on this gentle action that you start to notice, a little tension, a little tightness, and go ahead and respond to that accordingly. Maybe it's soft, easy movement in the head or neck. Maybe you are still getting situated here. There's no rush. And then eventually we'll take a moment to close the eyes. Trust me. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time and your energy with me. Trust yourself. Again, hardest part is over. We're here now. Let's do this. Or let's not do this. That was a test. Let's be here together, fully present. And then again, trust the practice. So close your eyes if you can. Sitting up nice and tall. And together we'll start to notice the breath. Just notice what it's like today, the quality, the fullness. That's the ticket. So again, you don't have to do anything. There's just simply the invitation to come as you are here today and consider this notion of ahimsa. Non-harming. And instead of me telling you how that translates to the mat and off the mat, rather today I'd like for you to just consider that notion and see what you can find. And then we'll talk more about it in my weekly letter. Okay, so for now, let's just really be in the practice and see if you can notice moments where this offering, this practice, or this rule might serve you. As you're ready, we'll gently start to deepen the breath, just more conscious inhalations. And more conscious exhalations. And if you're getting a little distracted or your thoughts are wandering here, it's definitely part of the reason why we're starting like this. So as you gently deepen your breath, notice where your thoughts go and notice where your mind goes. And really pay attention. Don't try to ignore that, because thought is a big part of this practice. Are we harmful in our thoughts to ourselves, to others? And one thing we can control is our thoughts. Or we can try. So just take a couple more cycles of breath here. And if you've begun to slouch, no biggie. Just see if you can lift up a little bit from the pelvic floor, engage the muscles there around the perineum to lift up through the spine, maybe lengthen through the neck. Nice full deep breaths. Perhaps using your exhale to relax the shoulders down. And then when you're ready, take the deepest breath, the most conscious breath you've taken all day. Big inhale in through the nose. And as you exhale, shoulder blades come together behind the heart space, your figurative heart space. You open the chest and open the eyes. Hello. We're going to come into a little mudra here by opening the palms up towards the sky. And then we're going to bring the index finger and thumb together here, coming into a little consciousness mudra. That's what we'll call it today. You want to keep the armpit chest area and the heart lifted. And if you're not used to sitting up tall on the ground here and your body's starting to, go in all different directions, you are not alone. It took me years to sit here with ease. So lift the hips up, practice Ahimsa, and then definitely keep up with those nice, full, conscious, deep breaths. The Ahimsa practice is one of those great practices that circles us back to this idea of the journey really being the reward. So you don't have to do the la-la-la. It's really about these moments of like, oh God, how long are we going to sit here? Can you just be really present in this? Use your breath as a tool to stay alive. Coming into the consciousness mudra, we'll tuck the chin, just feel a little more length in the back of the neck, and you're going to bow your head down. You can keep the eyes open or closed. Inhale in deeply. Exhale, long, beautiful breath out. Starting to find an audible breath here, keeping the index finger and thumb together. Big inhale. And long exhale. Now, today, try to sync up with my cue here, and once you feel comfortable, take your gaze down just past your nose. Continue to lift up through all four sides of the torso. Ready? Here we go. Nice audible breath in. Long, audible breath out. Bringing more consciousness, awareness into the body. Big inhale in. Nice extended exhale out. Big inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, long and steady. Relax your shoulders. Again, inhale, softening the skin of the face. And exhale, relaxing through the jaw. Great, one more cycle, we got it. Inhale, lean back, head over heart, heart over pelvis. And empty it all out, 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 out. Empty, empty, empty on your exhale. Empty, empty, empty. Push it all out, push it all out. Empty, 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 empty. And then here we go. Nice, big, buoyant, beautiful breath in as you release the mudra. And welcome, nice, fresh breath in. Awesome. Bring the palms together. Anjali mudra at the heart. Press the palms together, elbows left to right. Deep breath in. One last moment here. Sit up nice and tall. Draw the navel in and up. Lift up from the pelvic floor. Little support, inner support. And exhale to release, chin to chest. Pause here, close your eyes, observe. Then as you're ready, bat the eyelashes open and we're gonna come forward and come to tabletop position. You can use your blankie to pad the knees. Be kind to your body. So how you manage your inner ecosystem has everything to do with how you manage your outer ecosystem. So this is why, in particular, the at-home yoga practice, to me, is of utmost value. But don't take my word for it. Okay, here we go. Coming onto all fours. Tabletop position. See if you can tap back into that beautiful conscious breath you initiated already. Spread the fingertips wide. Set yourself up for greatness. Lots of TLC, tender loving care, in how you set your body up here. Why? Because you're worth it. Draw the navel up towards the spine. Press away from your yoga mat. Now you're going to want to rush this. We live in a fast-paced world, but slow it down here. Kind and loving. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Close your eyes here as you open the chest forward and see if you can just visualize the muscles stretching. Press into the tops of the feet, claw through the fingertips. Honor the body with each breath in and out. And then exhale, empty, nice cleansing breath here as you round through the spine. Pause at the top, same thing, just honoring who you are and where you are today. And again, if you're new to this practice or if this stuff isn't landing, just trust the practice. You don't have to get anything or do anything. Just stick with me. Let's stay in the moment here. Nice and easy. Once again, if you haven't already, take a moment to close your eyes and just try to visualize muscles of the back stretching here. Strong foundation in the hands and the feet. No pressure in the wrists as you really press into the knuckles and the fingertips. Yeah, then here we go. Coming back to tabletop position. Now you're gonna bump the hips to the left. Turn to look past your right shoulder. Same thing, close your eyes when you get there. Continue to breathe fully. Conscious breaths. And then as you close your eyes, use that as a tool to try to see the muscles stretching, really honoring what's going on. Whatever may be going on. And then here we go, come back to center. Nice deep breath in and then bump the hips to the right, slow it down over to look past your left shoulder or to Benji. Breathing deep, close your eyes. Try to see where the sensation's at. Nice, and then come back to center. You're doing great. Claw through the fingertips to take that pressure out of the wrist. We're gonna go a cycle of 3 more, cat-cow. So here we go, inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Imagine your sits bones just spreading left to right here. So, oh yeah, that changes everything. Okay, great. And then exhale, rounding through, chin to chest. And then you'll go 2 more cycles on your own. You can close your eyes, listen to your breath, find what feels good. And then we'll inhale, come to that nice neutral spine. We're gonna give the hands a break by bringing the elbows right where the hands were. And when your elbows come down to the ground, try to keep them in line with the shoulders. So there's a tendency they might wanna come out, probably not come in for most people, but mostly go out. So see if you can keep them stacked underneath your shoulders. Then we'll take a second to rotate the wrist if you need. Again, this idea of constantly tending to whatever's happening in the present moment. So not only is this going to help you grow your asana practice, but practicing this on your mat will help you tend to your stuff, your bleep off the mat in a kind, loving, conscious way, right? Do you guys ever do things that are like super destructive and you're like, why did I do that? I didn't even want that. I didn't even need that. So, yeah. Okay, after a little wrist love, you're gonna plant the palms. Really try to find this hand to earth connection here. So press into the fingertips, lift the center of the palm, and then here we go. We're gonna walk the knees back, elbows are firmly planted into the ground. Tailbone's gonna come up towards the sky. And the most beautiful thing in all the lands, pranam, we melt the heart. Deep, deep shoulder stretch here. So breathe deep, stay connected to your foundation. Puppy posture or heart to earth pose. For me, this is a deep and can be a reverent moment of kind of softening, surrendering, sending breath, listening. Again, notice where the thoughts go. Do they go to someone? Are there negative thoughts or harmful thoughts that you can choose to let go of here as you bow in pranam? Then activate this next transition from your center. Draw the navel in and up. Let the lower ribs hug in. From that core connect, you're going to carve a line with your nose all the way through. Slowly slip the hips to the ground or to your blanket. Keep pressing into the tops of your feet. Now actively tuck the chin into the chest. A little bit of a throat lock here. Elbows are still firmly planted underneath the shoulders. And then slow and steady. Carve lines through space as you slowly come up. Sphinx pose. Now, if the shoulders are shrugging towards the ears here, use some nice full breaths to try to find length. And then press into the pubic bone, press away from your yoga mat, close your eyes, and breathe. If this is a new shape, maybe send your gaze down, tuck the chin so that you can keep a nice, long neck, no clenching. The arms will start to tremble, maybe shake. Keep breathing. Maintain your integrity while keeping soft, full, easy breath going. And when I say maintain your integrity, I mean in the shape. Take one more deep breath. And then use your exhale to slowly release. And you're gonna bring the fingertips now off the mat. And the chest is gonna come to the ground. And we're gonna slowly turn onto the right ear. Cool? Now bring your hands to press firmly into the earth. You're gonna bend your left knee. And then your left toes are gonna take you all the way around. We're gonna come into a little stretch it for the right shoulder, chest, pec. Now, maybe bring the left foot to the ground, maybe not. I would suggest using your left hand to firmly prop you up here, and you're gonna use your breath, nice and easy, no pain, no harm. Breathe deep. Keep listening. If you just have to have more, but you're further along in your practice and you know that this is gonna feel good and right, you can maybe bring the left hand to the left ankle and create a little bind, a little stretch here, maybe kick out. But be mindful, this is your test. Ahimsa. Okay, here, a little right quad massage as you slowly Martha Graham it back all the way to center, nice and slow. And then how you move matters, right? We talk about that all the time on this channel. So turn onto your left ear, don't rush it, enjoy the journey. Peel the right toes up. with love for your body and the fact that you can even explore this at all, come on over to the other side. And notice, breathe deep, be mindful. Need more? Maybe you give it a try with the bind. Inhale in. And exhale, slow and steady. Think about massaging your left quad as you roll back. Oh, awesome. Then from here, you're gonna interlace the fingertips behind the tail. Press the pubic bone into the earth, tuck the chin. Knuckles are gonna reach towards the heels as you slowly lift your chest up. Doesn't have to be a big lift. This is your test here. Protect the lower back by pressing into your foundation, tucking the chin, and not pushing, but just allowing. Little locust series here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And on this last cycle, option to lift the feet, squeeze the legs together. Inhale and exhale to release. Awesome work. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Once again, we're going to squeeze the elbows into the side body, curl the toes under. Inhale, press back up to all fours. Awesome work. Nice. Drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round through chin to chest. Great. Inhale, tabletop position. Elbows come down where the hands were. We walk the knees back, puppy posture. If you want to come into downward dog here, you absolutely can. If you want to come into dolphin here, you absolutely can. But find your moment of pranam. This is a bowing. Think of it as like namaste. So again, we're recognizing that how we treat ourselves is perhaps how we also treat others. How we consider our inner ecosystem has everything to do with the way we interact with the world around us and the way we treat others. And Mama Earth herself. Start with your center again. Navel draws in and up. Carve a line with your nose. Dig into the earth. So press away from your yoga mat and slowly come all the way back through. Sphinx pose. Find length. Hug the lower ribs in here. Breathe deep. Because this is a non-harming practice, let's get a little extra love. If you've been practicing with me for a while, you know what's coming. If you're new, welcome. You're gonna get some kisses here. Deep breath in. As you exhale, draw a line with your nose, gently, sweetly, artfully past your left shoulder. So we work that way because if we just turn our head to the right, we've lost all the beauty, all the love. In fact, we might even pinch something in our neck and cause harm. So slow line, and then when you get there, press away from your yoga mat. If your biceps are starting to tremble, getting stronger, welcome that strength, match it with ease, and then close your eyes and imagine someone's kissing you really sweetly on the right side of your neck here. And then bring it back to center, stay strong, protect your lower back, hug the lower ribs in. Press pubic bone to the earth, and then nice and slow. Draw a line over towards the right shoulder. Feel that length, that stretch. Building strength in the arms with ease. And then here you go. Close your eyes, trust me, trust yourself, trust everything. And then receive your kiss. Receive the love that you are worthy of here. And if you don't believe it yet, that's okay. We'll get there. And then come back to center. Or will we get there? Maybe it's a lifelong journey. We'll never know. Okay, here we go. Inhale in, back to center. Exhale to release. Right into the locust this time. We're going to inhale, send the fingertips back, and then plant the hands on the ground. So it's more of a gentle here, nice and easy. Press into the earth with your hands. And then when you're ready, tuck the chin, lift the chest, open up. Beautiful. Inhale in, exhale, squeeze the legs together. Arch to arch, maybe lift the toes. Keep breathing here. This is your test, a challenge for your at-home yoga practice. If you're feeling pain in the lower back, maybe you lower the legs. Make sure you're breathing, not holding your breath. You got it. And then when you're ready, we'll come down. We'll bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Draw the elbows in. And once again, press all the way up. Great. First, come to neutral spine. I know you're wanting the child's pose, but first we want to come to neutral spine. We're going to curl the toes under. We're going to lift the knees. We're going to activate the core. Should feel really good on the lower back. So if you feel a dip here, send your tailbone back. Should feel awesome. We're here for 5, non-harming. Breathe deep, find the ease. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now we'll walk the knees together. Arch to arch again. Send the fingertips forward. Swim it all the way around. Balasana, child's pose. Another moment for pranam here. Should feel amazing to close your eyes here and listen to the sound of your spirit or your breath as you breathe in and out. Feel that nice restorative stretch in the back body. Yes. If you're feeling a yes, maybe quietly whisper to yourself, yes, just to lock a little brain and body connect that, oh wow, yeah, Ahimsa practice actually did tap into something there. Try not to dictate, but invite. Okay, here we go. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press up, and we're going to come back to our cross-legged seat. So if you need to adjust your blanket or towel, back to Sukhasana. You're doing awesome. Send the fingertips out. Flip the script, palms open. Open your eyes and look at little Benji. What a little doll. So if you're headed off to bedtime, you might just stay with the hands together here. If you're kind of in the middle of the day or in the morning, we're going to continue with a little energizing pranayama. We'll end with a mudra, and then we'll bow and call it a day. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the sky, big stretch. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, now that you have the hang of it, maybe close your eyes and maybe start to integrate the nose, integrate the neck. And you can now start to really find the rhythm of your breath and move in a way that feels good. Awesome. Now the next time you reach for the sky, bring the palms together up and overhead. Find a steeple grip, so you're going to interlace the fingertips except for the index fingers point up towards the sky. Pull the thumbs back, inhale, hug the lower ribs in as you exhale. Nice, then inhale to look up. Exhale, we're going to release the arms, big twist to the right. So the twist is a great opportunity to practice ahimsa. Perhaps it's obvious, but in the twist, we tend to want to twist into the shape, twist into a certain level, get the most out of our twist. So in this twist, close your eyes, trust, lift up as you breathe in, and then just slowly go exploring as you breathe out. Don't push, don't press. It should be soft in the arms here, guys, and the hands. Really considering this notion of doing the work on the inside. And it's tough, but that's why we're here together. That's why we have home practice, to support each other, to do the work, to be the people and the spirits that we want to be. And it definitely starts with the inner workings Come on back to center. When you get there, take a big inhale to reach for the sky. Once again, steeple grip. Pull the thumbs back, index fingers reach up, stretch. Breathe in. As you exhale, hug the lower ribs back. And then we'll inhale to look up. And release and twist. So don't worry about what it looks like. If I can do it on YouTube, you can do it at home. Don't drop the shape, drop what it looks like and focus on the sensation. And then that's where you really can start to take responsibility for your own happiness. Am I creating harmful thoughts? Am I creating harm with my actions? And if you find that you are, then also be kind, no judgment, right? If you find that you are gripping, whoa, then just delight in the discovery of taking your foot off the gas a little bit, maybe. Okay, bring it back to center whenever you feel satisfied. And we're gonna end with another little mudra here, a little Ganesh mudra to balance it out. And if you are, again, headed to bed, maybe just focus on smooth, calming breaths here with the palms together. If you want a little energy, a little cherry on top to help you move into your day with Ahimsa. We're gonna bring, doesn't matter which one, palm to palm, fingertips facing towards opposite elbows, and then you're gonna bring the palms together, catch the fingers, one thumb up, one thumb down. Then option, you can keep it here, or bring the thumbs together, bring the knuckles, hands rather, in front of the heart space, elbows pulling left to right, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, tug. Breathe deep. This is that balancing of opposing energies, opposite forces. Now find your cool. Find the sukha, the ease. Notice the thoughts or areas in the body that could use a softening or a kindness. Close your eyes, tuck the chin. One more cycle of breath here. Really listen to the sound of your breath. And then check it out. You're gonna go right in. Press the palms together. Switch so the arms are a bit tighter. You're gonna go right in, no resting in between. Pulling opposite direction. Sit up nice and tall. This is where Mula Bandha, that root lock, can be helpful. Really lifting up from the perineum here. And then finding places to soften so that you're not creating extra tension in the body, extra harm. Nice, soft and easy in the face. Keep breathing. You got it. Stick with it, stick with me. One more cycle of breath. And then release. Send the fingertips forward first, plug the shoulders back, and then with so much ease and grace, hands float, palms face up to the knees or the thighs, and just take a second to get weird. Oh, with the neck, with the face. Maybe horsey lips. I could have just done an entire Ahimsa practice just horsey lips the whole time. I really feel like it's a great tool for softening the hard edges, noticing when you're like working against yourself rather than for or with yourself. So don't underestimate the power of horsey lips. I think I'm going to be quoted on that, and that's okay. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to finish this practice by bowing to one another and to ourselves. We are one. Let's bring the palms together. Just take a quiet moment here. Close your eyes one last time, I promise, last time. Just a little moment of gratitude for yourself, for taking the time. I've got the money, honey. If You've got the time. Is that how it goes? Thank you for sharing your time. I know it's valuable. Thank you for sharing your energy. It's also very valuable, and the practice of Ahimsa can help you guide it so that it can serve, so that you can live a life that is fulfilling and of service and not destructive. Perfect for Earth Month here if you're doing this in real time. Thanks everyone. Let's sit up nice and tall. Tap into a little inner smile. The awesome in me bows to the awesome in you. Namaste.